What's going on, Corey? Greetings. Hope all is well, brother. Hope all is well, man. Gather at the campy, family. Gather at the campy. Minutes, let's do it. I just rose, family. Don't mind me with the scarf, head wrap, whatever you want to call it. I just rose from a very decent nap. You know what I'm saying? Because my neighbor has been interrupting my rest every rising. You know how well you should know how it is when you in these apartment buildings. The walls are so thin, so the neighbor's so damn loud on the phone or whatever they doing. I don't know, but it interrupts my rest almost every rise, and I had to get a nap in very nicely. And then on top of that, I'm gonna explain, which I'm explaining right now, right? We just do it like that. I didn't do the Friday night live because I was in a crappy mood. I'm gonna be honest, like I was in a pretty crappy mood. I want to use the S word, but YouTube and they funny stuff, I don't know. But I was in a pretty crappy mood. You feel me? Like I really was. Like you feel me? Like I had some important things to me that I had to get done, and I couldn't get it done because apparently we didn't make the window. Not that we didn't make the threshold, we didn't meet the window to get the YouTube payout. So a lot of things that was important to me that I was supposed to get done, I couldn't even get done, honestly. So I gotta wait all the way until April 21st for some damn income to get some important things done, which is pretty damn annoying if I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's gonna be a pretty rough month starting from now up until the 21st. But that's not even, you know what? I'm not even gonna manifest that. Cancel manifestation. I was just hella annoyed, like very annoyed by it, like entirely annoyed by that. That I couldn't get what I wanted to get done, which was important to me. I couldn't get it done. Anyhow, never mind that. Let's keep moving forward. It is my intention that all is well with you guys. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you guys. If you're not having a wonderful, magnificent rotation, hopefully you will be in a wonderful, magnificent mood by the end of this presentation. You feel me? Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper determination. Remember, 1 second. Remember, we watch these videos as a form of escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. You know what I'm saying? We're escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. So for bro in the back, sis in the back, remember, keep this in mind, okay? It is not that damn serious. Relax, pipe down. Your panties always in a bunch. Your drawers too damn tight. You know what I mean? Relax, pipe down. You choosing to be here, you don't gotta be. So remember that before you fix your lips to say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm highly grateful, and thankful for anyone and everyone who has ever sown the seed with me. It will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. I am also highly grateful, and thankful for everyone who's been rocking out from the beginning, liking, commenting, sharing, watching every video, making every presentation, coming through, being in my presence, exchanging energy with me. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pardon, I'm a little everywhere with the intro. I'm a little distracted. I just got a text from my mother to do something for her. So I'm gonna BRB, but I'm gonna start the footage anyway. I'm gonna be right back, but I'm gonna start the footage anyway. Again, grace, gratitude, and thanks for all you guys. Everyone who has just been rocking out, sowing seeds with me. It will be returned 100-fold, as I always say. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. I love y'all. Let's get it.
If anybody been paying attention to universal shit that been happening last three months, bro, if you feel and see what's going on, you're not chosen. You're just not. This is for you. Now, if you've been feeling this shit, y'all, this message is strictly for you. Remember how they said back in 2020 that we're about to like move to a different paradigm between 2020 and 2025? We're moving into the 5D of Earth. Lately, yo, you can tell and you can just feel in the atmosphere of your body and everything that life is changing at a super fast rate. The people around you, the people who you know, a lot of people are either going on the upscale and you can see, or they're at the medium and you can see that they're about to hit that breakout, or you could just tell that they're just stuck in the negative vibrational field of the regular 3D Earth. Y'all, this shit is a real spiritual warfare. And we all been talking about this for years. I don't think y'all remember they said that once people get to a specific level of consciousness that we're going to be able to see aliens and shit like that. I really think it's something really cosmic going on right now, and we really need to pay attention to this shit, yo. Like our ancestors, the spirit guides, all that type stuff, bro. That shit is real, yo. It's real.
Yeah, I missed it. Did I miss
this
it?
video for the people who...
I did. I'm gonna go back. Pardon. I just ain't want to keep you guys waiting.
If anybody been paying attention to universal shit that been happening last three months, bro, if you feel and see what's going on, you're not chosen. You're just not. This is for you. Now, if you've been feeling this shit, y'all, this message is strictly for you. Remember how they said back in 2020 that we're about to like move to a different paradigm between 2020 and 2025? We're moving into the 5D of Earth. Lately, yo, you can tell and you can just feel in the atmosphere of your body and everything that life is changing at a super fast rate. The people around you, the people who you know, a lot of people are either going on the upscale and you can see, or they're at the medium and you can see that they're about to hit that breakout, or you could just tell that they're just stuck in the negative vibrational field of the regular 3D Earth. Y'all, this shit is a real spiritual warfare. And we all been talking about this for years. I don't think y'all remember they said that once people get to a specific level of consciousness that we're going to be able to see aliens and shit like that. I really think it's something really cosmic going on right now, and we really need to pay attention to this shit, yo. Like our ancestors, the spirit guides, all that type stuff, bro. That shit is real, yo. It's real. Sure.
This video for the people who swear morning and morning are not the same word. I came across this post on Facebook and it says, if you ever think English is not a weird language, just remember that read and lead rhyme and read and led rhyme. But read and led don't rhyme. Neither do read and lead. Like, do y'all know how many times I had to read that to get it? Which is ridiculous within itself. Ever asked yourself why they made this language so confusing? I remember I did a video breaking down morning, M-O-R-N-I-N-G and M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, and so many people was in the comments trying to tussle with me. That's just a coincidence. A homophone. Well, do you even know what a homophone is? Because it's not just two words that sound alike, it's two words historically connected. The English language is just messy as hell. Now let's take a little etymology field trip, shall we? Morning, you know, the time of day when you feel like your alarm clock is ruining your life? It's Comes from the Old English word morgen, which means the time that the sun comes up. Morning with a U-R, you know, the thing that happens when life ruins your life. This comes from the Old English word murnin, which means to grieve, to lament, or to be distressed. Now, here's where y'all be losing me. Y'all really think these words weren't meant to look identical like that? Y'all truly think that was an accident? Like, are y'all using y'all critical thinking skills? Okay, if y'all want me to go deeper, we can. What exactly happens in the morning with an OR? You wake up. You rise. Your day begins. And what exactly is morning with an OU? Well, someone rises, but not in the way you'd hope. A new chapter definitely has to begin. I mean, whether it's against your will or not. You really wake up to the reality of someone being gone. But y'all don't see the connection there? Like they're both marking a transition from one state to another. Morning is the start of the day, and morning is the start of your life without someone that you loved. Let me say it again. Morning and morning. Does that sound like different words? Y'all gotta start making this shit make sense. Don't come on here getting offended if you know I'm not talking to you. Because if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool too. Before somebody with too much audacity and not enough reading comprehension skills jumps in my comments, say some shit like they all come from the same root word. All words have root words, so what are we really talking about? That does not change the fact that English constantly merges concepts that are symbolically connected. Let's not act like this language don't love making death metaphors out of everything. I already told y'all, when you laugh and you want to say, I'm dead. Like, what? Yeah, we wake up from sleep like it's a resurrection every rising. And I do not care who don't like that word. People talk about dead tired, wake services, graveyard shifts, rest in peace. This is like a mile long. English been playing in the funeral home for real. So I mean, respectfully, if you never cracked open an etymology book in your life, if you don't know what an unabridged dictionary is, I need you to hush. If you come in my comments telling me anything Google has to say, are you for real? Anywho, shout out to y'all who get it for real. You know words are vibrations, that we can cast spells, which is why it's called spelling. You know they wanted us to curse ourselves, which is why they had us writing in cursive. Actually, the same reason why when we got punished in school, we had to write the same thing over and over again, which is a form of a curse. I'm not here to send y'all into an existential crisis. I'm just here to wake you up. What you choose to do with the information is really your business. You gotta learn something before you want to tangle with me. But either way it go, I still love you, Reflection. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
I ain't gonna lie, I spent a lot of time in detention, man. A lot of time in detention and in-house suspension during elementary and middle school. Man, the 5 times each, 7 times each, 12 times each. Oh, goodness. You see how they, it's all worked up to go against us. It's crazy. Because, like, think about it. Why the hell are we placed into something called detention and we got to write something that's called spelling several times over and over and over and over and over as if we are manifesting that for ourselves? It's crazy. Then in-house suspension, where it's like, man, I spent a lot of time in those places. Let's get it, though.
According to my last video, a lot of y'all real powerful spiritually. It's a lot of seers and manifestors out here. This video specifically is for my people with moles or birthmarks on your hands or feet. A mole or birthmark on your hand means you are a creator, a spiritual leader, spiritual worker, and baby, you definitely a healer. You got magic in your hands, and this could be through writing, creating, touching. You're the type of person that touch somebody and they just melt. Now, if you got it on your feet, that means you're a traveler of realms, not just the physical world. We're talking real spiritual elevation. You meant to walk your own path. You meant to awaken others, and you definitely gonna leave your spiritual footprint wherever you go. You don't follow trends because why would you? You are the blueprint. If you have both, you are a divine messenger. You're here to create, walk, and lead with purpose. Now go look at them hands and feet and tell me what you find. Did I just describe you? Make sure y'all let me know in them comments. Speaking of being creative, if you an artist and you in Atlanta, Georgia, April 25th and 26th, we have in Yaya Soul Jam session. We have a few slots for the open mic session, so if you interested, click the link in my bio, head to the events tab, and make sure you fill out the registration form. I got quite a few submissions already. I'm still accepting them until April 15th. Also, if you're interested in attending, I'm going to link the tickets below. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
This may be...
Okay, hold on. Time out. Let me go back. 617. Did she say? Okay, moles and birthmarks. I thought. Is the beauty mark considered of these like along the lines of this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna have another one soon in one of the next presentations that a molar birthmark by the mouth or whatever. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. Let's not get caught up there.
For watching.
This may be the most important news of our lifetime. What you're looking at are leaked images, and it changes everything we know about the ancients and pyramids. The image above is showing what's underneath the middle pyramid of Giza, not the Great Pyramid. The team has discovered 8 wells with spiral tunnels around each one underneath the pyramid. It goes 640 meters into the bedrock of the plateau. To give you a scale of what that is, the Great Pyramid is 146 meters tall. That's 4.5 times the height into the ground. They end at 2 cubes that are 80 meters by 80 meters. We don't know what's in them. That's not all. Inside the pyramid, 5 new chambers, almost exactly like the Great Pyramid's King's Chamber, were discovered. The chambers are arranged in the same way the towers at Angkor Wat are arranged. The King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid is made out of absolutely massive blocks of rose granite from 900 kilometers away in Aswan. That chamber is a perfect 2-square rectangle in geometric terms. The team used that chamber to test the accuracy of their Doppler technology for imaging. That revealed the full internal structure of the middle pyramid and these weird tuning fork things that are going into the ground. New features at Angkor Wat and new pyramids in Guatemala were discovered using non-invasive technologies as well. Why is this one so important? This remains the current explanation for how these were built. Explaining one of these tunnels this way would be insane. They did it 8 times. This level of sophistication is not only beyond their capabilities, it more closely resembles our computer architecture, except they were doing it in 3D. Can't explain those with that anymore. This conference was held 2 days ago. More findings will be released every day, and I will cover each and every one of them. I'll post my thoughts on this in a longer form YouTube video tonight with all the papers that I have linked. But for now, let it sink in that you will tell your grandkids you lived through the discovery that changed the entire human story.
Huge.
Hold on, cause I just got a question for the people in the back. Was this just now discovered or just now announced? You get what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people can't even explore and do this and do that when it comes to those places, right? So therefore, again, was it just now discovered or was it just now announced? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they've been knew this already. They just releasing it to the public like, oh yeah, you know, we just discovered this. Like, how long ago? That's my question. My apologies, but I don't put nothing past these so-called scientists and archaeologists and architects and all this technology and all these people that got the ability to study these things. I don't put nothing past them. I feel like they've been knew this already. They just now telling us. That's me though, you feel me? That's my theory. That's part of my reality. So I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt the messenger. Let's get it.
Structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This...
Yo, bro. How long have we been rocking like this, young buck? And when was y'all gonna say something, bro? Yo, when was y'all gonna say, yo, young buck, big shout out to you, because when was they gonna say something, yo? I told you I just rose. I was in the crappy mood in the previous rotation. I'm just now getting over that mood. Like, I'm not all the way there with it. I'm not all the way there. I'm you feel me? And that's crazy, bro. And we just sitting here chilling like, yo, bro, listen, man, I got to take it from the top. We got to take it from the top. That's insane, bro. Ain't nobody said nothing. Y'all just watching me. Yeah, let me go back, man. So that's like y'all never saw not one clip, right? Y'all never saw not one clip? Wow. Wow. Yo, this is just proof. This is just proof, guys, that you feel me? I'm just as regular and just as normal as you guys, y'all. We all go through things. We all go through stuff, man. Yo, man. We all go through it. We gonna push through and keep moving forward. But this is just proof that, you feel me, like, I'm having a bit of a time here, man. I'm having a bit of a time here doing my best, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's annoying. It's crazy. But whatever. I'm not going to let that ruin it. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, man. That was insane just now. Thank you for saying something. Gratitude, literally.
If anybody been paying attention like this universal shit that been happening last three months, bro, if you feel and see what's going on, I'm sorry, you're not chosen. You're just not. This is for you. Now, if you've been feeling this shit, y'all, this message is strictly for you. Remember how they said back in 2020 that we're about to like move to a different paradigm between 2020 and 2025? We're moving into the 5D of Earth. Lately, yo, you can tell and you can just feel in the atmosphere of your body and everything that life is changing at a super, super fast rate. The people around you, the people who you know, a lot of people are either going on the upscale and you can see, or they're at the medium and you can see that they're about to hit that breakout, or you could just tell that they're just stuck in the negative vibrational field of the regular 3D Earth. Y'all, this shit is a real spiritual warfare. And we all been talking about this for years. I don't think y'all remember they said that once people get to a specific level of consciousness that we're going to be able to see aliens and shit like that. I really think it's something really cosmic going on right now, and we really need to pay attention to this shit, yo. Like our ancestors, the spirit guides, all that type stuff, bro. That shit is real, yo. It's real.
This video for the people who swear morning and morning are not the same word. I came across this post on Facebook and it says, if you ever think English is not a weird language, just remember that read and lead rhyme and read and led rhyme. But read and led don't rhyme. Neither do read and lead. Like, do y'all know how many times I had to read that to get it? Which is ridiculous within itself. Ever ask yourself why they made this language so confusing? I remember I did a video breaking down morning, M-O-R-N-I-N-G and M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, and so many people was in the comments trying to tussle with me. That's just a coincidence. A homophone. Well, do you even know what a homophone is? Because it's not just two words that sound alike, it's two words historically connected. The English language is just messy as hell. Now let's take a little etymology field trip, shall we? Morning, you know, the time of day when you feel like your alarm clock is ruining your life? It comes from the Old English word morgen, which means the time that the sun comes up. Morning with a U-R, you know, the thing that happens when life ruins your life. This comes from the Old English word murnin, which means to grieve, to lament, or to be distressed. Now, here's where y'all be losing me. Y'all really think these words weren't meant to look identical like that? I truly think that was an accident. Like, are y'all using y'all critical thinking skills? Okay, if y'all want me to go deeper, we can. What exactly happens in the morning with an O-R? You wake up. You rise. Your day begins. And what exactly is morning with an O-U? Well, someone rises, but not in the way you'd hope. A new chapter definitely has to begin. I mean, whether it's against your will or not. You really wake up to the reality of someone being gone. But y'all don't see the connection there? Like they're both marking a transition from one state to another. Morning is the start of the day, and morning is the start of your life without someone that you loved. Let me say it again. Morning and morning. Does that sound like different words? Y'all gotta start making this shit make sense. Don't come on here getting offended if you know I'm not talking to you. Because if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool too. Before somebody with too much audacity and not enough reading comprehension skills jumps in my comments, say some shit like they all come from the same root word. All words have root words, so what are we really talking about? That does not change the fact that English constantly merges concepts that are symbolically connected. Let's not act like this language don't love making death metaphors out of everything. I already told y'all, when you laugh and you want to say I'm dead. Like, what? We wake up from sleep like it's a resurrection every rising, and I do not care who don't like that word. People talk about dead tired, wake services, graveyard shifts, rest in peace. This is like a mile long. English been playing in the funeral home for real. So I mean, respectfully, if you never cracked open an etymology book in your life, if you don't know what an unabridged dictionary is, I need you to hush. If you come in my comments telling me anything Google has to say, are you for real? Anywho, shout out to y'all who get it for real. You know words are vibrations, that we can cast spells, which is why it's called spelling. You know they wanted us to curse ourselves, which is why they had us writing in cursive. Actually, the same reason why when we got punished in school, we had to write the same thing over and over again, which is a form of a curse. I'm not here to send y'all into an existential crisis. I'm just here to wake you up. What you choose to do with the information is really your business. You gotta learn something before you want to tangle with me. But either way it go, I still love you, Reflection. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching. Now, according to my last video, a lot of y'all real powerful spiritually. It's a lot of seers and manifestors out here. This video specifically is for my people with moles or birthmarks on your hands or feet. A mole or birthmark on your hand means you are a creator, a spiritual leader, spiritual worker, and baby, you definitely a healer. You got magic in your hands, and this could be through writing, creating, touching. You're the type of person that touch somebody and they just melt. Now, if you got it on your feet, that means you're a traveler of realms, not just the physical world. I'm talking real spiritual elevation. You meant to walk your own path. You meant to awaken others, and you definitely gonna leave your spiritual footprint wherever you go. You don't follow trends because why would you? You are the blueprint. If you have both, you are a divine messenger. You're here to create, walk, and lead with purpose. Now go look at them hands and feet and tell me what you find. Did I just describe you? Make sure y'all let me know in them comments. Speaking of being creative, if you an artist and you in Atlanta, Georgia, April 25th and 26th, we have a Yaya's Soul Jam session. We have a few slots for the open mic session, so if you interested, click the link in my bio, head to the events tab, and make sure you fill out the registration form. I got quite a few submissions already. I'm still accepting them until April 15th. Also, if you're interested in attending, I'm going to link the tickets below. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
This may be the most...
Hold on, I'm going to make it up to y'all. Instead of making y'all wait for the next presentation, we're going to pull this one up right now, y'all. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Please, bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to make it up to y'all, though. I'm about to pull this up right here. Let's hear it. This is the one with the near your eye or mouth, okay?
Birthmark or a mole on or around your eye or mouth? Because if so, you walking around with some strong spiritual power. Have you tapped into it yet? If you have a birthmark or a mole near your eye or on your eye, that means you a seer. You might have heard the term clairvoyant. Just have that inner knowing. You pick up on things before it happens. You know, people call that intuition. Yeah, yours is real sharp. To be honest, for you, it's straight up foresight. You dream things, you sense things, and when you say, I just have a feeling, you might be right. Now, if you have a birthmark or a mole on or near your mouth, like myself, you know you a master manifester. All you gotta do is speak and things gonna happen. The universe gonna bend to your presence. But you know your words hold power, so you gotta be real mindful of what you're saying. Because like I said, when you speak, things happen, whether good or bad. If you ever spoke and things just happened and you was wondering why, you got that mole or birthmark on or around your mouth, now you know why. If you have both, you're unstoppable. Hands down. Not only do you see things coming, you can also speak them into reality. You were meant to be a leader, a teacher, or a creator of some sort. You are definitely someone who shapes the world around them. But are you using your gifts or are you still sleeping on them? Make sure you get in them comments and let me know. Y'all know I already broke down a lot of the moles and birthmarks. I'm gonna link the videos below. I'm also linking the tickets to my Soul Jam session here in Atlanta, Georgia, April 25th and 26th. If you enjoy music as much as I do, make sure you beat me there, not meet me there. Cannot wait to see y'all, and y'all best have them dancing shoes, cause y'all know we gonna have a time. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You know what? We're gonna ask her, does this include beauty marks? Does this include beauty marks? Let's add sis. Let's add sis. Let's add sis. Let's add. Yo, what was that, dude? Let me just look at the keyboard. We gonna ask her. I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all see, I'm writing to her, right? Y'all see that I'm commenting. So when she responds, if she does respond, I'm gonna let you guys know, okay? Bet. That's my way of making it up to y'all, because ain't no way we was just not watching nothing. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. But you know what's funny? I kind of needed that laugh just now. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of needed that. As I said, I wasn't in the best mood. I was in a pretty crappy mood since previous rotation. So, yeah, let's get it.
Important news of our lifetime. What you're looking at are leaked images, and it changes everything we know about the ancients and pyramids. The image above is showing what's underneath the middle pyramid of Giza, not the Great Pyramid. The team has discovered 8 wells with spiral tunnels around each one underneath the pyramid. It goes 640 meters into the bedrock of the plateau. To give you a scale of what that is, the Great Pyramid is 146 meters tall. That's 4.5 times the height into the ground. They end at 2 cubes that are 80 meters by 80 meters. We don't know what's in them. That's not all. Inside the pyramid, 5 new chambers, almost exactly like the Great Pyramid's King's Chamber, were discovered. The chambers are arranged in the same way the towers at Angkor Wat are arranged. The King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid is made out of absolutely massive blocks of rose granite from 900 kilometers away in Aswan. That chamber is a perfect 2-square rectangle in geometric terms. The team used that chamber to test the accuracy of their Doppler technology for imaging. That revealed the full internal structure of the middle pyramid and these weird tuning fork things that are going into the ground. New features at Angkor Wat and new pyramids in Guatemala were discovered using non-invasive technologies as well. Why is this one so important? This remains the current explanation for how these were built. Explaining one of these tunnels this way would be insane. They did it 8 times. This level of sophistication is not only beyond their capabilities, it more closely resembles our computer architecture, except they were doing it in 3D.
Right. Because some say, right? Don't quote me. I'm just telling you what is said. Some say that the pyramids are supercomputers that hold different realms and realities, or something along the lines of that. You feel me? Now, that can explain that. That ties to that theory. Did you see that outline? That blueprint? You saw that? Looks just like a motherboard. Let's get it.
Can't explain those with that anymore. This conference was held 2 days ago. More findings will be released every day, and I will cover each and every one of them. I'll post my thoughts on this in a longer form YouTube video tonight with all the papers that I have linked. But for now, let it sink in. You will tell your grandkids you lived through the discovery that changed the entire human story.
Huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This has allowed researchers to create a 3D model of the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, this model has revealed a previously unknown chamber with 5 horizontal levels and a sloping roof, which in of itself is an architectural design unlike any previously documented in the Giza Pyramid. But the most shocking discovery lies beneath the surface. Below ground level, radar tomography has identified vertical cylindrical structures extending for hundreds of meters beneath the pyramid. There are 8 of these cylindrical wells arranged in 2 parallel rows, descending to an astonishing depth of 648 meters. Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are 2 massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. The tomographic data suggests that these are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Now, this design not only implies a functional purpose, but also a level of sophisticated engineering that completely blows the dynastic Egyptian model out of the water. I mean, the pyramid itself was already a massive red flag in the ancient Egyptian historical narrative. But now, with this discovery, I think it's become impossible to say that the Egyptian civilizations that we understand, that we've been taught about, were responsible for building these structures.
That's because of indoctrination, people. They lie about every damn thing. Let's keep going on.
And it doesn't even end there. The radar analysis extends beneath the entire Giza plateau, revealing interconnected structures beneath not only the Great Pyramid of Giza, but also those of Khufu and Menkaure. The subsurface network reaches down to a staggering depth of approximately 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers. This is not possible, given the standard historical and archaeological narrative given to us about ancient Egypt.
Council 2025 on the Gregorian. What did I tell you guys? Scientists have now discovered an entire complex of generators under the Giza Pyramid complex. The power station under the pyramids goes down 2 kilometers. The cylinders that are obviously some sort of energy conduits go down 620 meters. There's 8 of them in each set. Guys, can you imagine? Now tell me about slaves dragging stones now. It's all over with. You heard what homie said? The narrative is done for. Explain all this. We are in the range, family. You guys heard me? Open up your mind. They're revealing to you the crystal grid. They're revealing to you your Atlantean technology. No, the Egyptians didn't build it. The Kushites, the Kemites, the Atlanteans, the Israelites, I and I, we built it. Yes, I. Y'all spiral up and let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Council. This is the most amazing discovery in all of history. This is bigger than the UFO. This is bigger than the UAP. This crushes their evolution theory and vindicates us. We are up. Let's go.
Nice.
I'm sure you guys heard the massive news that just dropped out of Egypt, y'all. Researchers are claiming that they found 8 let me show y'all this. First of all, look at it. Look at this massive structure. So that's the pyramid on the top, right? Okay. So they found these 8 gigantic cylinders spiraling down beneath the pyramid, all the way 648 meters down, and then these 2 massive cubes. I'm gonna show y'all the cubes, and here are the giant coils and cubes that the pyramids are sitting on, and they say these things are exponentially bigger than the pyramids themselves, and we know how big the pyramids are. Y'all see that? It looks like some type of some energetic chamber, something that takes energy, you know what I'm saying? It's producing energy, it's creating energy, right? Jack in the box. So they say they pick these things up on a thermal reader, so this is all there, y'all. They can't get away from this. You get what I'm saying? Now check this out, y'all. Let me prove to you how we are the ancient ones. This is the same technology that I make. Look at this, y'all. The Orgon creations. This is the same technology. Even the pyramids that sit on top of the cube-like structures. Y'all see that? I told we're the same beings. Now the most amazing thing about this news is this came on the spring equinox, which is the end of the Kali Yuga, which is the dark ages. We are leaving the dark ages and entering the ages of light, the golden age. So now this is truth that's coming to the surface. We're about to find out things that we have, that has been hidden, y'all. I said this before, we about to find out who we really are. So all of this right over here, this proves this over here, y'all. I've been telling you guys this for quite some time. If y'all catch my drift, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me know if y'all want a part 2 to this over here, because this is amazing times.
Why not?
But in the meantime, if you guys are looking for some ancient technology, the link is in the bio of my Etsy, y'all. I've been telling y'all the shift is here. It's here, y'all. Let's get it. Peace in.
There's a lot of mystery shrouded around the Grand Canyon, alright, and what it could actually be. Everything mentioned in this video is simply for entertainment purposes and merely my hypothesis. Grand Canyon is always blocked by military, alright? If you were to try to just show up to the Grand Canyon, you wouldn't be able to do it. You would be stopped, alright? There would be armed guards there that would actually ensure that you turn the other way. Some allege that an archaeologist actually found a giant hidden city in the Grand Canyon. They indicated that the archaeologist by the name of Professor S.A. Jordan found an underground citadel. This is Kincaid's Cave in the Grand Canyon. Alright, and we actually had our own piece of kemet right here. right? And a lot of people actually believe, personally, that Egypt was right here, all right? And there's a lot of different things that actually associate exactly with the ancient Kemetic pantheon. They derive right from here, right from America, ancient Tamari. There's some that allege that Tamari was actually America, all right? And because, you know, people know that Tamari was actually referred to as Egypt, but they don't know the connection that this ancient soil actually have with Egypt, because a lot of that is hid, okay? And again, all of this is for entertainment purposes, all right? And this is why they have military guards over there with large guns and things of that nature. They won't allow you entry point past a certain area, all right? And this is primarily because they don't want certain individuals seeing all those ancient relics. They know the power of the DEA. They know once you see a lot of these archetypes, it can actually wake up ancient memories. I'm not saying that they didn't bring any slaves here, all right? They, you know, some probably was, but, you know, the slaves that they actually did have were people that were already from this land. Is what basically transpired. And it's, I personally feel there's a lot of ancient relics and stuff like that they have and that they're holding. All right, stargates, portals. Personally, the Grand Canyon, I believe, actually bends space and time itself, and it actually has access points to other realities like Argatha, and other realms, the other realms that within our dimensional confines. All right, I believe that we have access points to all that right through the Grand Canyon. Just so you're aware, the word Egypt actually wasn't our original word, all right? Egypt is what they called the Romans when they came in there and the Romans got their face burnt. They called them Egyptos, all right? The ancients from that land were actually referred to as the Metrian. That was their actual real name. Egypt wasn't a real name that we utilize, all right? It was referred to as Kemet, which meant the land of the blacks. All right, and this is for all the people that say, oh, Egyptians aren't Nubian. That's false. That's false. They went in there, and I'll say allegedly, they went in there and those pyramids, and they actually doctored up the hieroglyphics to make those individuals. They literally would take the dark color off of some of these individuals depicted in the hieroglyphics and purposely, I'll say allegedly, make them lighter. Some say that they would make them lighter, all right, in order to change and divert history. Now, our genetics are actually what's required to open the stargates and interdimensional portals. This technology is nothing new to us, all right? We're just currently in a state of amnesia. We've been utilizing this stuff since Atlantis and Tartaria. A lot of you were scribes from Lemuria and actually were documenting and writing everything down just like Tahuti used to, but just don't remember any of your scribes. Here's a theory. What if the Grand Canyon was where the eugenics programs was conducted for the other races on the planet? All right. What if that was why they safeguarded so much? Because we would really be found out everything, because that's where they have certain cloning facilities and that ancient technology that actually compelled the eugenics programs. Again, I'm not saying this is a fact. This is just simply my hypothesis. Just think about it. What if there was a certain room in the Grand Canyon when you walk in there and you twitch a rock a certain way, a boulder move out the way, and a huge scientific lab open up that Yakub actually had or something like that? What if that's something that they have down there? Technology that they still trying to learn how to utilize till this day, that they haven't fully mastered. And all this time they've been trying to really figure out what it is. They know the minute we even begin to see the ancient writings and the petroglyphs is going to have an effect on our mitochondria. The sun is turning up and soon everything will be exposed. These extraterrestrials in the picture is proof that these extraterrestrial ancient astronauts actually had offspring on this planet. All right, and they actually showed us in this illustration that the sun is going to actually be empowering us, that we're children of the sun from these ancient beings. I believe that when the grid go down, our telepathic abilities will rapidly heighten. All right, due to the fact that the deceptive technologies such as the Saturn moon matrix, the Black Knight satellite, which has been spying on us for 13,000 years in conjunction with the moon, all right, the draconian satellite, it has been actually inducing what's called the amnesia state that we're currently in. All right, but once the power grid go down because of the solar flares, it's going to actually amplify substantially, some say, our telepathic ability. This is what characters like Professor X is modeled after. Ancient times, our ancestors all had this ability. As the frequency of the planet continued to increase, we are slowly getting back to that. All right. Actually, I highly recommend practicing your ability to become telepathic. practicing to read minds. And a lot of times you may notice yourself reading or synchronizing with timelines and events a lot better. All right. And this is primarily because the dimensions are merging. You're merging with all the other versions of yourself in the quantum field currently. Gods and goddesses, continue to cleanse yourself and ensure that your pineal gland is decalcified as well as activated. I highly recommend utilization of elixirs like Ormus, which is an orbitally rearranged monatomic element and has the ability to actually reverse the process of senescence, which is aging. And all right, it actually accelerates the mitochondria, which actually speeds up the process of your cells multiplying. All right, Ormus is essential. And this is something that they used in ancient times because it's basically what they refer to as manna or the philosopher's stone. They call it the third eye, but it's actually the first eye. It's actually the most important. It's the brain's antenna and cosmic gateway to higher ethereal realms. Haritaki is also great for astral projection as well as lucid dreaming due to the fact that it will decalcify as well as activate the pineal gland. I do have the Haritaki as well as the Ormus available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. The true pinnacle of ascension is activation of your Merkaba. This is all our target, Cosmic Family, all right, to activate our Merkaba. If your focus is ascension, then your primary focal point is activation of your cosmic light body. For all high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. Is it me, or is the energy on a planet so peculiar that it's difficult to discern between a dream and your waking reality?
Anyone else relate? Because I do. Shout out to Tommy for giving me that perspective. Man. Because that astral travel I experienced recently, fighting that being, that demon, whatever you want to call it, I'm telling you, man, that experience was something. And I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I was just like, man, like, what is going on? When I rose, sweat. I be sweating during these travels, man. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever being or demon I slayed, I know that got to be very significant, man, because that experience was crazy. That experience was crazy, yo. And if you're not aware about that story, you might want to go watch the previous presentation or so. I forget which one it was already. But yeah, I explained that astral travel, and it was something. It was something there that was very significant going on there, man. Let's get it.
This is actually a sign that you're elevating in consciousness, all right? When you can't tell the difference between a dream or the awakened reality, the beta or the theta frequency, that is a sign that you're raising in dimensional awareness.
Nice.
As you elevate in consciousness, you're going to develop the ability to view things from a higher vantage point. So instead of watching a movie and experiencing it reel by reel, you get to now analyze it from aerial view and know what's going to happen, basically. All right. And this is where our foresight come into play. This is where we begin to tap into our psychic ability. We're rapidly accelerating in cognition. This is where you elevate above viewing things from a linear perspective. We are rapidly shifting through different timelines. Some of you are going to start noticing different abilities turning on. A lot of you are probably experiencing more ringing in the ear, all right? And more pressure in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, more headaches and things of that nature. This is because the Schumann resonance of the planet has increased. The frequency of the planet has increased. As we continue to rise in consciousness, the frequency of the planet is going to continue to elevate as well. This is why I stress the importance of cleansing yourself as well as pineal gland activation for access to the cosmic gateway. The last few weeks I have been experimenting utilizing Ormus, colloidal gold, as well as colloidal silver, monatomic gold and monatomic silver on a daily basis, all right, for decalcifying as well as activating the pineal gland. Just those two elixirs alone, okay, will substantially increase your ability to lucid dream as well as astral project. They're also great for reversing the process of senescence due to the fact that they're orbitally rearranging monatomic elements, all right? That's what Ormus is. It's an orbitally rearranged monatomic element. And this is essential due to the fact that these deletes tend to utilize things that have adverse effects on your DEA. All right, so this is why you want to ensure that you're you're utilizing things that reverses senescence or has positive effects on your mitochondrial biogenesis. Remember, we are also composed of intrinsic metals, okay? We have things like copper as well as gold in us, and platinum and things of that nature, all right? So utilization of colloidal silver and colloidal gold is very essential, and this is why in ancient times they referred to these elixirs as the philosopher's stone.
But how do you do this? You add it to your water? That's how you consume those things?
You don't have to take my word for it, okay? Do some homework on colloidal gold, the benefits of colloidal silver as well as colloidal gold. And again, I consume it daily, upon rising as well as before bed. Elixirs such as monatomic gold and monatomic silver allow you to activate the Ida and Pingala, all right? The divine masculine and divine feminine. It'll allow you to unify that connection, all right? And this is how you get that cosmic serpentine energy to rise to activate that kundalini. What's crazy is a lot of people are actually look to the sky and wait for a mothership or looking for a ship when they are actually walking around in this ship, all right? We have the ability of activating our Merkaba. We have a light body. We have a gold body that we can activate. And right now, as we shift through dimensions, we're getting to the point where we're activating that crystalline body structure. We all have a biofield, not auric field, right? Once we get to the point where we fully level up in our abilities, we're going to have the ability of actually turning our biofields to like a real strong electromagnetic fields, to where kinetic weapons and bullets and things of that nature can't even pierce them. As I express in my visions, when the military was actually going to war with the Chosen, they bullets couldn't even hurt us. I also highly recommend utilization of things like orgone as well as copper. Copper, just utilizing copper, period, will increase your electromagnetic aura field. Wearing copper bracelets. All right, and this is something that I highly recommend because as we've been underneath this firmament, the oxygen has been depleting our metallics.
When I get the opportunity, I want to get a custom orgone pendant from Conscious Juice to support him and show him some love.
All right, and this is why we're these brown colors. In ancient times, we were vibrant blues and greens and things of that nature, even reds. All right, we were very vibrant colors. And as the frequency of the planet revert back to its original state, we're going to eventually get back to that. This is why when you wear jewelry or certain copper or certain metallic, sometimes it can turn your skin green. All right, because it's actually putting those intrinsic metals back into your body. Mm-hmm. And your body starts to turn back to its original way. It starts to turn those green colors. Mm-hmm. We were miseducated when we thought it was an infection or something like that. It was actually our body going back to its original state. And this is why Osiris is shown the color green, all right? And Osiris came from the constellation of Orion. Most of you are from Sirius. Most of you are from the constellation of Orion. All of us actually descended from different parts of the cosmos. Again, a planet Tiamat was a huge testing facility. And a lot of you have reptilian in you. Tiamat is a dragon planet. It's a reptilian planet. Hence Tiamat. Tiamat was a draconian. Firmly believe that we are actually going to get to the point where we're reading minds again. All right. Pay attention to how we shift.
I kind of feel like I do that already. Anyone else feel like you could just feel the energy and know what somebody's thinking just being around them? Or is it just me? Let's keep going though.
Through these timelines. Some of you may be already doing it. You just was thinking about somebody, then they call your phone. Or you were just thinking about somebody and then they pop up, they walk in a room or something like that. You know what I mean? You're noticing the synchronizations now. All right. As we pay attention to the dimensions, sometimes the days don't even seem real. All right. It don't even seem real. Just for example, they just said time went back an hour and it just gets so much darker real quick. You know what I'm saying? It just everything seems so fake. You can see the illusion crumbling around you. Remember, we only see 1% of the light photon spectrum. All right. So as we increase in dimensions, there's more entities that are actually right around us that we are going to be able to see now. All right. This is why people are seeing more shadow apparitions and stuff out the corner of their eyes, because as we raise in frequency, you're gaining more access to the light photon spectrum. Mostly everything we see in this matrix is an illusion. OK, they've been wavelengths and light photons that change everything that we even see. This is another reason why there's so many portals starting to open up around the planet and everything's actually being exposed. This is because of the solar activity, the ionizing particles. This is why we've been seeing the aurora borealis all around. Just continue to stay on point and continue to keep watching. It's going to get to a point where this whole northern lights is going to engulf the whole planet. The whole entire planet is going to be engulfed in this celestial light. At this point, the atmospheric...
I can't wait. I ain't going to lie to you. I'll be doing my best to be patient, but I can't wait. Let's get this shift, man.
Conditions of the planet are going to be very hot. This is why it's important that you cleanse yourself. If you notice, time has been speeding up more and more. You might think this day is far off, but it's really right around the corner. This is why in biblical text it actually stated that it will be like a thief in the night. All right, because what's going to happen is our perception of time, our linear perception of time, is going to eventually be eradicated and destroyed. Our whole, what we even think about is going to be completely eradicated, and it's going to blindside us. All right, we're going to have access to so many ancient memories at all at one time that the government, everything that has been subjugating us, they're not going to know what to do. We're just going to come online, and we're just going to be much more astute than what we currently are. This whole time we have been subjugated by deceptive technology as well as magic. The job of star seeds on the planet is to balance chaos and order. All right, that's our job, is to basically bring truth to light and to balance chaos and order, and to implement that divine balance between divine masculine as well as divine feminine, because the draconian influence has it completely out of whack. All right, so our objective is to actually bring that harmonious balance back, and that's what we're going to do.
I mean, imagine you go all around the world and smash up everything that other civilizations built, loot what they built, pillage, steal, even steal their ideas and their concepts and their philosophies. And then you sit on top of this mountain of stolen goods and declare yourself to be rich because of your own merit. And people like this, with a history like this, with a legacy like this, simply cannot be held back for any length of time by a people who do not have a similar history, people who have never actually invested in their own civilizational development. And that's the West.
Happy New Year's to every single person watching this. Dude, what do you mean Happy New Year's? Spring just started. And that's the whole point, because New Year's is actually in spring. Pope Gregory XIII changed the New Year's from April the 1st to January the 1st. And that's not our actual New Year's, which is why they started calling people fools. And that's where we get April Fool's Day from. Once again, you have been enslaved to think that the New Year's is on January the 1st, when in reality, there's nothing new about January the 1st. It is actually an enslavement protocol from the Jesuits. But to be honest, the New Year's actually starts already when the sun enters the first degree, which is 0 degrees of Aries. So go out, enjoy some sun, and enjoy nature in spring, when it is actually the New Year's, when everything is actually blossoming.
I ever notice it's the loudest voices exposing the system are always the first to run when things get uncomfortable? Let's talk about Rosie O'Donnell over here, y'all. Now, it's no surprise about the beef between Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell. She spent years blasting Trump, calling him out for corruption and talking about the whole 9/11 narrative, you know what I'm saying? Controlled demolition, the shadowy elite, the whole nine, right? Okay. Rosie has been, putting out her truth for quite some time now. But here's the twist that nobody expected. The minute Trump took office, she straight up packed her bags, grabbed her youngest kid, Clay, and then flew her whole family all over to Ireland.
Why? For what? Why?
Yeah.
Although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America, that's when we will consider coming back.
I mean, if you're doing all this exposing, why leave? What do you think she knows? Is it really about Trump, or is she seeing something that's deeper to this? What do you think this is? They always talk about how Trump is a master chess player, right? He's always playing chess. What do you think this is, y'all? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Do UFOs really exist, or is it just another mind control program? Project Bluebeam, MK Ultra, or is it the elites experiment with us once again? First, I want to say I had contact with about 9 different alien species, and the way they look at us, you don't want to know. Most of the life forms in this universe really don't fuck with us because we don't fuck with ourselves. We keep running around saying that it's a human race, black people, white people, yellow people, Indian people. They don't like that kind of stuff. In fact, no one in the universe understands how we think. There is no such thing as a human race because what are we racing? Where are we going at? The starting line will always be the finish line. There is no competition in the universe. It's all unity. This is not peace. This is peace. The media will make these stories appear and disappear. These people keep using the same fear tactics over and over. But if we ever do have a real event like this, none of us will take it serious because our attention span is so short. Thank you, TikTok, for giving us these 5 and 10-second video clips. Now we can't even concentrate. It's always on to the next, on to the next. We can't focus. And if you can't focus, you can't make shit manifest. Job well done once again in fucking with our minds. I just need people to understand this one thing. Well, it's more than one thing, but the people that come on here, I mean the politicians that debate, they're not really people. In fact, most of the people that had alien invasions is coming from the elites. Their technology is so advanced that if you're not woke, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. You have to understand the language. When these people come on TV and debate, it's a bait to catch you. I had conversations with about 3 different great alien forms: the Dracolians, the Reptilians, Anunnaki. The alien species that kind of scared me the most was the insectoids. People keep saying the Dracolians control this world. They control this world. Well, no, they don't. The insectoids do. Most of these life forms that I just mentioned don't have a spirit. And they understand if we ever activate our spiritual body that we can be greater than them. When they first came here, they try to understand what is the spirit. And since they can't understand what it is, they're trying to kill it because they don't have it. They have a hive mind. When these aliens came here, they seen that we was all connected but separated at the same time. And that trait right there make us unique throughout the universe. But the enemy have a hive mind. That's why they created the internet. You notice how everyone on the internet act the same? Trending topic, laughing out loud, shaking my head, cracking up. We're doing the same thing, right? They're turning our spirit into the hive mind. That's what it means when you get conquered. You take on the enemy traits. For more details, Shadows of the Matrix, my link in my bio.
This was a good clip.
Council, that is the wildest plasma blast I've ever seen in my life. No direct energy weapon can compare to that. Council, this is intense and it's beautiful. And I'm telling you, this is how the atmosphere is charging up and getting ready for the big flash. That's more than lightning. That's the plasma. That's the 5th state of matter. Next level frequency wave coming through. And you see what's happening. The machine city will not survive this. Spiral up and let's go. Bang, bang.
Yeah, family, this is what's going to take out their drones. This is what's going to take out their robots. This is going to fry the brain chips and all the nanites. You're looking at the destruction of the Cabbage Patch coming in a big electrical storm. It's going to shut everything down. Just wait for it. Charge up and let's spiral.
Big shout out to Sargon, man. Big shout out to Sargon. If you ever coming across these videos, gratitude for following me back, man. Sargon just followed me back on his secondary account. Doesn't matter, main account, secondary account. He did follow me. So big shout out to Sargon. I just want to say that, man. Big shout out. Big up, man.
This morning, a towering blaze shutting down Britain's biggest airport and unleashing travel chaos worldwide. London's Heathrow now closed for the rest of the day, with more than 1,000 global flights expected to be cancelled or disrupted.
Yeah, it's tough. It's obviously a Friday, so, I'll still get home tomorrow, hopefully.
This was the moment planes in midair got the news Heathrow was shut, many of them turning back to the East Coast. The closure upending travel plans from New York's JFK to LAX, where Nancy Coendo was flying to London en route to a safari in South Africa.
So all those plans have changed now, but now I'm at the point of acceptance. It is what it is. Yeah, the fire is unavoidable.
The flames knocking out power at the airport and triggering evacuations in West London. The cause unclear and under investigation.
It was a catastrophic fire at a substation, at the substation that serves Heathrow. Work is ongoing to get put the fire out and to restore power.
Airport authorities saying we expect significant disruption over the coming days, and passengers should not travel to the airport under any circumstances until the airport reopens. Heathrow was the fourth busiest airport in the world last year, serving around 230,000 passengers daily and a key global travel hub. It was last closed in 2010 after a volcano in Iceland erupted, sending up a cloud of ash that paralyzed global air travel for more than a week. And this morning, passengers around the world bracing for what may be days of intense travel disruption ahead.
And more than 1,300 flights were scheduled to take off or land here today. Those are obviously going to be directly impacted, but we're going to see knock-on effects because those aircraft are going to be out of position for their next flights. And this is a situation that could potentially go on for days. The advice from travel experts is to check directly with your airline if you...
One of the world's busiest airports had to shut down its entire operation for a whole 24 hours, and this is still ongoing because this just took place at 2 in the morning. This is London's Heathrow Airport. According to the news, a transformer blew up and it caused the whole airport to lose power and the surrounding community around it. Y'all can see all the planes trying to come into London's Heathrow Airport, but they had to be reverted back to their destination. They grounded over 1,300 flights, y'all. So a lot of witnesses said they heard a massive explosion. Now, I can't go too deep on this, y'all, but they have the counterterrorism police involved right now. They're not saying this, they're not talking about this on the news, but because they believe this was an act of terrorism from where, where Poon is.
Near London's Heathrow Airport has caused a significant power outage, leading to a shutdown of one of the world's busiest airports. London Fire Brigade is responding to the blaze that broke out at a nearby electrical substation. Heathrow is warning of significant disruption over the coming days and advised passengers to refrain from traveling to the airport until it reopens.
Yeah, is it just me, or is things going on all over the world? All around the world there's something happening.
All over the place.
I don't know, man, but I told y'all things were going to get a lot more interesting. The age of Aquarius is forcing us to change. Let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
This is just a reminder that it doesn't matter how much information you know to do with spirituality or conspiracies. It doesn't matter what you know. Like, it really doesn't come down to that. I feel like a lot of people in the spiritual community just think, oh, if I know knowledge, then I'm on some spiritual journey. No, my brother. If you're not doing the inner work, inner healing on yourself, actually tapping in within, then it's not a spiritual journey. It's just you know some knowledge about spirituality and some conspiracies. This journey is all about balance. Yes, it's good to know information. Yes, it's good to know and observe everything that's happening in this world and all these events. But if you're just doing it for the ego and be like, I'm better than you because I know this information and you don't, and like you're not actually doing the inner work and putting it into practice, then it's not a spiritual journey you're on. This whole journey is to heal from within, so you can power up, so you can level up on your ascension journey. That's what this journey is about.
Like they intentionally deprived from you. Now here come the demons, going viral, spinning the narrative like they always do, because they can't create. All they can do is manipulate. And these are the same people that will ignore the fact that we still have sundown towns right now. So make it make sense. Since I'm not a demon, I'm gonna make it make sense for y'all. So let me cook. So I want y'all to check out this article with me. Trump administration ends, quote unquote, segregated facilities banned in federal contracts. President Trump revokes President Lyndon Johnson's decades-old order of diversity and affirmative action practices in the federal government. To keep it simple, this is DEI. The very beginning. The change follows Trump administration reinterpretation of civil rights era laws to focus on anti-white racism rather than discrimination against people of color. As I always said, the only way racism can be combated is by another person of the same race. People of color cannot compete with the right racism. Because they are on top of the system that's controlling us. But like I said, they'll come online and go viral and act like they don't know their jobs are literally holding us back. Now check it right here on flashbacks. They say before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, businesses and public facilities in the American South practiced a rigid form of racial segregation by using signs, whites and black Americans to restrooms, entrances, etc. You see, the issue with this that no one want to clearly say is that integration is what caused slavery, y'all. The mental slavery. So essentially, the segregation stopped and the integration started around World War II. And as I stated plenty of times before, we never won this war. So we're still in World War I till this day. This is why we are enslaved now. Now check out their plan on how they gained control of our minds. 1948, they desegregated the armed forces, meaning they allowed blacks into the military. This is when they started introducing those hot sauces that gave us the diseases that spread through our communities. And also when they started getting finances from their system. 1954, they started to add us into schools, obviously in order to brainwash us on everything they already created, on top of our system. 1964 and 65, they allowed us to be integrated with everything, as in business-wise, for our consent to steal our trust fund. We is all allowed to integrate in everything besides their actual communities. Think about that. This was a setup to brainwash everybody. So why should we integrate in a society that don't even want us? Because they literally created a system that's DEI that excludes us and includes everyone else. So DEI started when segregation ended. So why integrate to be diversified? Make that make sense. And I bet you can't. You see, people can say they're not racist all day long, but they still think lower you inside their own minds. As in, they won't even listen to me just because of the way I look in general. Or they rather listen to somebody else that look more like them. Especially when it comes down to the truth. And it is, just look at any business or field. You got the healthcare. Who all the doctors look like? You got law enforcement. Who all the cops and deputies look like? The legal system. Who all the lawyers and attorneys and judges look like? Restaurants. Who all the management look like? All the sweet cozy jobs to where you don't even face the outside at all and get mad bread for. Who do they look like? You see, they fail to mention how the way they have these smooth, easy jobs and easy lives, but they still act as if they do. Because they don't realize how hard it can really be out here for people like me. Because of the DEI programs. And obviously that we are prisoners of war. They still to this day don't realize that their job is holding this system down and specifically harming us. So when all those people are on top of every field, how is it possible for someone like me to come up? How is it possible for me to do anything? Like even if I wanted to run a business, the people handing out the loans, which is basically your own trust fund, is controlling it. They get 5%, we get 35%. Come on, bruh. That's why black businesses seem so bad now. It's because they can't get the funding that they need. While you got everyone else got the DEI programs, which allows them to get the funding that they need. This is why all the businesses we do see isn't really ran by black people as a majority, even though this is our land. And that's why these people trying to spread all that fear for, because they know they stolen our land. They know they stolen our money. They know they've been committing fraud this whole time. So the segregation thing, think of it more like signs saying Americans only. But don't forget who the real Americans are. And don't forget people have to do the citizenship to become an American citizen, not a United States citizen. And also this goes right back to birthright citizenship. Because there shouldn't be people from other lands coming over here ruling like they did. Because they can get into the governmental system like they just did and destroy the country for hundreds of years. And we seen this all play out to someone from the inside had to work against them. Because from the outside, the system designed so people like us could never do it. Y'all see what happens every time we did end up rebuilding a community by ourselves for the quote-unquote black people. They burn it down. They bomb it and attack it. And that's also because of those programs. We're not allowed to say, hey, only blacks allowed. No, we get burned. So we're forced to go everywhere else. But while they have everywhere else, they can still say, hey, only whites allowed. Or whatever race they are. I mean, there's literally cities right in here in America that's full of other people that's not even from here. Meanwhile, we can't have our own, you know what I'm saying, organized city anywhere.
Not even your own community. Crazy.
We always gotta deal with issues. People over policing, raising bills. Man, y'all know everything I'm talking about. I mean, it ain't nothing new, but it's just more proof of what's been happening this whole time. Allowing this to come back, which is basically taking away integration that caused us to be mentally enslaved to our enemies. So take it as a good thing and stop listening to these demons out here. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
We will have our robot becoming less metal more organic.
No good.
At the same time, we will have human beings who will make more and more use of artificial organs, of metal and plastic, artificial hearts, artificial kidneys.
Did you hear that? You see how they trying to swap it out? They said robots of more organics and more humans of artificials. Let's go back.
Nah, y'all be gods.
Here it is.
We will have our robot becoming less metal, more organic.
Less metal, more organic, the robots. That's what they saying. They want the robots to be less metal, more organic, right? Which they already got synthetic robots, Mark 5, XYZ. We already learned about that. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's keep going.
At the same time, we will have human beings.
They want human beings
who will make more and more use of artificial organs, of metal and plastic, artificial hearts, artificial kidneys, artificial lungs, replace bones by...
This is already taking place, aka the pacemaker. Ain't that the fake heart thing going on or whatever? This is already going on right here. This is already going on right here. I ran it back a little bit. Let's hear it again.
More and more use of artificial organs, of metal and plastic, artificial hearts, artificial kidneys, artificial lungs, replace bones by light metal substitutes.
AKA surgery. Let's keep going.
In short, we may have a society in which robots will drift away from total metal toward the organic, and human beings will drift away from the total organic.
Wow, cyberpunk setting type of thing they want, eh?
Toward the metal and plastic. And that's somewhere in the middle.
That's why they making foods from recycled plastics and all of this and all that. I just recently saw that they making ice cream now from recycled plastics. And this is something that people consume. So what do you think it's doing to your internal? What do you think it's doing to your genetic makeup? It's all in our faces is all I got to say.
They may eventually meet. Now, when we have a kind of metal organic hybrid creature, will it matter that he was originally metal and became metal organic? Or that he was originally organic and became metal organic? Or will it not matter? Will we then have formed a kind of mixed culture, which perhaps
they want transhumanism,
might be higher, more efficient, better?
A nation of workers, a nation of things that they can control with manipulating energy weapons and mind control and Wi-Fi and 5G, 6G, 7G, nanotechnology and what you call those little damn, I forget the name of it, man, but yeah.
Then either culture separately, if I can call the robot system a culture.
Yeah, Consul, that's Isaac Asimov from 1965 predicting our future right now. And that robot you're looking at is Boston Dynamics' latest Atlas. And this is the reason for the Flash. Let's go.
So let me tell y'all something. If you got a Chime account, you need to go ahead and close that motherfucker right now. And don't say I did not warn you. This morning, I woke up to an email from Chime saying that my account was closed. So y'all know I get on the phone and I instantly call them. So first they tell me that my credit builder account was closed due to bankruptcy, and due to the fact that my credit builder account was closed, all my other accounts was closed. So I'm like, okay, cool. When is y'all gonna send me my money for the $4,000 that I had in the bank? These people gonna tell me that my account is not eligible for a refund. Y'all know I went slap off. I'm like, bro, y'all got me messed up. Y'all got me messed up. So I did a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and I did a complaint with the FDIC, because legally, even if a bank closes your account, they cannot hold your money. And legally, a bank cannot close your account for bankruptcy if you don't owe them anything and you file for bankruptcy. But in this case, I never filed for bankruptcy. I even called the national courts. They said it's not no case in my name. I called a bankruptcy lawyer. He searched the system and said it's not any case in America with a bankruptcy in my name. And legally, the bank cannot hold my money. So with that being said, if you have a Chime account, I am warning you, close that shit. Get your money out of there right now because they is on some fraud, scamming, scheming, conniving, dirty, diddling, whatever they doing. And for everybody who see this video, I need y'all to make this video go viral so an legal attorney can assist me from TikTok. So y'all do y'all thing. So y'all can help me find a lawyer so I can retrieve my $4,426 back from Chime that they claiming I cannot get back because of bankruptcy that I never filed. Mind you, I've been a customer with Chime since 2019. 2019. They claim my account is closed due to bankruptcy that I never filed, and is claiming that my account is not eligible for a refund, which is illegal. It's illegal from the federal down to the state. So I've already did the complaints, but I'm just telling y'all, if you have a Chime account, close it, bruh. They is on some scamming, conniving, dirty, I don't know, they low down. I'm telling y'all, close that account.
Do y'all see all these companies filing for bankruptcy? Y'all want to know why this is happening? It's because that DEI money is running out. You see, a lot of people don't really realize that a lot of these businesses is literally fronts from laundering money, bro. I mean, just think about it. It's like the bottom line literally does all of the work while the management literally skims off of their work and take more than what they get. Like, look at the post office, for instance. Literally got direct access to the treasury, but yet we get paid less than all of management unless we work overtime. But it's like y'all don't even have a job unless we deliver the mail. We should get paid 2 times more than management. But like I said, they created a system to where they could be a third party to skim off of everybody so they ain't gotta work. They got closed stores, like for instance, Forever 21. It's like how they even stay in business this long when literally they throw away all their clothes like every season to get new clothes that's in season. How does that even make sense? How's there a profit even being made? It's because it's not. What a lot of these companies do is skim off the worker's social security number. They get extra money for that. Then tell the government they're paying you this amount because you're working this amount of hours. But guess what? They cut your hours so they get that money you supposed to get because they told the government that's what they're using it for. But guess what? They're not. And they don't think you'll ever have proof to prove that. They steal all the money from their employees while throwing away their merchandise, literally. It's shows out here showing people going to dumpsters, picking up stuff, and reselling it. Then let's look at hat stores, right? We already know there's no way they even make any money to stay in business because people don't buy hats like that. They won't be able to sell enough hats to even pay rent for their business. But yet all these hat businesses are still going around just chilling. Then we got game stores. They literally throw away electronics. Like, why would y'all throw away electronics? Because it don't even go old. You see, the reason why they're so wasteful in everything they do, all these businesses, is because they keep getting bailed out by the government. They're using loopholes on stealing all the money and then act as if they're in the deficit and they get more money. And guess who pays for it? Us. But this time when they go bankrupt, ain't no coming back from none of these businesses because it ain't no more bailouts. Anyways, just a quick rant about all these bankruptcies I'm just seeing popping up all of my timeline. All it's doing is exposing all the fake storefronts they've been using for money laundering. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be guys. Hey.
He not lying, because when I was younger, like I'm talking about, let's say at least 10 years ago, let's say 10 years ago, when I found out that they was doing GameStop dumpster dives, I'm like, bro, like GameStop is literally throwing stuff away, just throwing stuff away. That's out of line. Like, anyhow, let's keep going.
Metallic taste in LA tap water, it's Nephilim DNA. Fisherman Landon's viral gray mermaid corpse, 5 feet tall with humanoid eyes and gills matching the Book of Enoch's fallen angels, just triggered a blackout at 14 coastal labs. Navy sonar detected 48 unidentified masses moving toward Beverly Hills last night. Private jets are evacuating tech CEOs to New Zealand bunkers as we speak. Deep sea
That was from Siren. I told y'all, go watch that show Siren. The show Siren shows a lot on these beings right here. I'm telling you guys, Siren shows a lot of information on these beings, yo.
Drones labeled Project Lilith now swarm California coastlines. Leaked emails reveal they're harvesting mermaid organs containing CRISPR sequences that rewrite human cells. TikTokers who touched washed-up scales report their fingerprints melting. Hollywood's sudden renovations? Insiders confirm underground aquariums storing specimens that hum Enochian chants. That seafood truck parked near Malibu? Its GPS traces to a locked wing at SpaceX HQ. Landon's final TikTok showed his pupils splitting into vertical slits before his account purged. Noah's ocean cams just went dark. If your sushi tastes like copper tonight, page 1922 wasn't a metaphor.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that? All right.
So when the cruise ship gets back to Norfolk, y'all don't mind my voice because I'm a little sick. They dump out all the shit in the water.
And you wonder why Mother Sea and all her offspring is upset with the land dwellers, referencing to Aquaman and what they showed us with that stuff on that franchise. Anyhow, look at this. This is pathetic, bro.
Water. And this is the water that y'all like to swim in at the beach. Virginia Beach or Norfolk, whatever. That's gross. Look at that. Bro. That's nasty.
Yeah, it is.
And y'all swim in this water. Like, ew. They're releasing all the poop. They're
Ew 2 times. Let's go back.
This is the water that y'all like to swim in at the beach. Virginia Beach or Norfolk, whatever. That's gross. Look at that. That's nasty. And y'all swim in this water. Like, ew.
Right.
They're releasing all the poop. They're releasing everything in the beach water.
This is a teachable moment. Meet Joe.
Check this out. I'm trying to tell you, Mother C and Mother C and her offspring is not happy with the folks. Check it out.
Joe is scuba divers catching crabs and fish. And he has a nice haul. He runs up into this octopus's house who wasn't doing anything but chilling. And now the octopus has latched on to Joe. Joe is trying to remove the octopus, and now he's choking Joe around the neck. Joe is now scrambling, having to get out of the water. He needs to get air quickly or he may die. The scuba diver Joe is still gasping for air as this octopus is choking the breath out of Joe.
Check his mouthpiece. Look at him. Absolutely not. Leave the beings alone, dude. Look at his mouthpiece. You want to be playing with these water beings, man?
Around his mouth and neck. Choking him, and choking him. Why did you mess with this octopus who is simply just trying to chill in his home? This is a teachable moment. Leave well enough alone.
Let's go back a little bit. Out of line.
Joe is trying to remove the octopus, and now he's choking Joe around the neck. Joe is now scrambling, having to get out of the water. He needs to get air quickly or he may die. The scuba diver Joe is still gasping for air as this octopus is choking the breath out of Joe. Choking around his mouth and neck. Choking him, and choking him. Why did you mess with this octopus who is simply just trying to chill in his home? This is a teachable moment. Leave.
Remember, octopi are very smart. They're very smart. And they're not even of this world. They're not of this realm. Anyhow, I digress. So leave them alone.
Well enough alone, especially octopus.
Crazy, yo. Yo, that's the end of the presentation. It is my intention that you're on a wonderful, magnificent mood. You know what I mean? If you wasn't already having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. View discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. You know what I'm saying? It will mean the world to me if you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of those things of that nature. Grace, gratitude, and thanks to everyone who's been rocking out from the beginning, that has been liking, commenting, sharing, who has been subscribed, because I've been on the same amount of subscribers for the longest. Listen, I'm highly grateful, and thankful for all you guys. And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so be notified when we go up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown a seed with me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divinely support yours truly. Because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. Gratitude, family. Gratitude. Now, for the people in the back, I need you to listen closely. Listen loud. I'm going to say this loud and proud. I need you to listen. You know what I'm saying? We watch these videos and clips to escape the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, because we are all experiencing our own individual realities. So for bro in the back, sis in the back, who panties is always in a bunch, drawers are too damn tight, relax, pipe down. It is not that damn serious. Take a chill pill. Relax. It is not that damn serious. Remember, you choose to be here, you don't gotta be. Remember that before you fix your lips to say something stupid. Yo, Haven, I love y'all. Y'all know what's up. I love y'all. I'm in love with y'all. Y'all know what's up. Love and unity, balance and harmony. Safe traveling to Astrals. I'll see y'all next time. I might go up next rotation. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. As I told you guys, I was in a pretty crappy vibe. I was in a pretty crappy vibe because, you know what I mean? Things kind of got in the way of my plans, being that we ain't make that window to do the things that we had to do that was very important to me that I had to do. So anyhow, I'll see y'all in the next presentations. I'm gonna just keep that there, right? Because we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep the ball rolling. Anyhow, I feel like I'm chatting up, yapping away. I'll see y'all next time, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all rotation. Yeah, I'm out.